Disability Access Service Pass. Now it's more like Developmental Disability Access Service Pass, for people with anxiety problems from being in line with other people, or that need a less stimulating environment. So on some attractions, they send you through the Lightning Lane. But it's not a fast pass. You still have to wait the allotted amount of time that you would have stayed in line in the queue, plus the amount of time that it takes to go through a Lightning Lane full of people. You're just not required to be in line. Well, not the main queue at least. So everyone wants to know, is there a program or a policy for physical disabilities in riding the attractions? Well, stick around for just a minute and I'll circle back with some very interesting facts you're not expecting. Developmental Disability Access Service Pass. Can a guest have more than one active DAS pass return time at one time? The answer is no. A guest may only have one DAS return time at a time. The guest may obtain another return time for the same or a different attraction just 10 minutes after they return to redeem the ride, which I guess they figure is about the time that it takes to go through the queue. Are people stacking DAS passes? Like two friends with DAS passes? Couldn't one of them make it for both of them at one ride, and then the other friend do it too, and they end up riding it twice in a row? No, the advancements in the Disney system have specifically been looking for that. That is very frowned upon. When a guest utilizing the DAS goes to the attraction with a return virtual time, they, along with their party, will speak to a cast member at the attraction about accessing the queue. And then everyone scans their Magic Band or their park ticket, so the system is tracking stacking names. Might be one of the reasons that they changed it. Can a guest with an active DAS return time receive a boarding group for one of the virtual queue attractions? The answer is yes. A guest can hold one active DAS return time and one virtual queue boarding group at the same time. When a guest utilizing the DAS goes to the attraction with the virtual queue, they, along with their party, will speak to a cast member at the attraction about accessing the queue. Can both be used at the same ride? The answer is yes. Your return time to go to your virtual queue, and then the time to then wait for the DAS return time, in the eyes of Disney, are the same as riding the virtual queue ride and then waiting in the queue the entirety of time you would have waited anyway. I mean, you do have to still wait in a line, just not the main line. Can you use the DAS pass in the same ride twice in a row? The answer is absolutely. In the eyes of Disney, it's the same as riding the ride over and over all day. What about canceling if you go to a new ride? No, the rides themselves are not set up to be aware of your reservation at the last ride, but there are blue umbrellas in each land that have helpful cast members that are equipped to handle reservations. But on a busy day or a long line at a blue umbrella, you really have to have the My Disney app to handle the DAS system. So what about physical disabilities? Well, that system is the same. Never guessed it with everyone in such an uproar about the changes in the DAS. But you can still scoot, walk, limp, or crawl up to the ride and request a wheelchair for almost any ride. And there's a return to queue time, which I think is what everyone thinks the DAS is. A time to return to that ride equal to the same wait time it would have been waiting in the main line. Then you go through a different entrance more accommodating for a wheelchair to get you to the ride vehicle. Many attractions allow guests to remain in a wheelchair to experience the attraction without transferring. They use a wheelchair access vehicle for the ride. But not scooters. Only one ride has the weight capacity to hold an ECV, and that's the Jungle Cruise in Adventureland at the Magic Kingdom. So if the scooter can't fit in a tight winding queue, or you can't actually stand up and walk the distance to the ride vehicle, you can request a wheelchair, scan your Magic Band, and come back to the time they tell you. But you can't schedule this ahead of time. Only when you get to the attraction. Keep in mind, you can request a return to queue, but it may not always be available at all attractions. Check Park website or the My Disney Experience app for up-to-date information. Bonus tip. With Genie Service Plus, you can get personalized recommendations customized for your preferences, including customized recommendations for disabilities too. I hope this helps clear up some misunderstandings. Let me know if there's any questions that you have, or if there's anything that I missed or got incorrect. I'm wrong sometimes, and it's how I learn. I'm Dino with InforMobility here in Orlando. Thanks for watching.